Okay, another short gun review. Hopefully, won't try not to make this too long. Here, as you can see, wanted to review my Nighthawk Custom 1911, and this is the AAC model. Take out a pin here. That is a beautiful piece of firearms craftsmanship, as I do say. Try and get you a good view of it here. It's kind of a heavy 1911. I mean, I do have a Smith & Wesson as well, and that one is it is an E-class Smith & Wesson. It's not as heavy as this guy, but not that that's a bad thing, but just something you can know in case you're looking at one of these possibly for carry or home defense or target shooting as well. It does have a little bit of weight to it. Obviously, you got a safety check here, no rounds in the magazine, and we'll do our chamber check, and we are clear. Okay, so a little bit about these. These 1911s are, they have like an interesting following to them. They're known for being very high-end, very well made. Pretty much the top of the line. It says Nighthawk Custom, but it is a production firearm, so it's not a custom, but it is handmade. Every single one of these 1911s is made by that gunsmith in their shop, which a lot of you might not know that Nighthawk Custom actually came over from another company of 1911s, which a lot of you would know as well, but you can look all that history up if you want to. A little bit about the gun. We can look at it. This model does come with the threaded barrel for your suppressor. That is why it is the AAC model, as possibly you can see here. It does have that little cartouche in there, which is AAC's their trademark as well. It does come with the match grade trigger as well, which is blacked out. It does come with high-rise suppressor night sights, so you can see there. These are interesting because most of the night sights you'd encounter on firearms, especially modern tactical firearms or ones that comes with, tritium night sights, are the 3-dot method. These are actually a 2-dot method, which is a vertical 2-dot. So you're going to have one in the rear sight in the very center, and then one on your front sight. So you just line them up. It's very quick, and I seem to not really. Even in like a low light indoor range kind of scenario, I don't really notice the tritium and white dots. I notice more of just the iron sight itself, just the sights, just the blacked out sights. And I kind of like that. A lot of times I'm used to my pistols now all having some kind of brightened front sight, and rear sights. And these are just blacked out steel sights. And it seems like they're just so easy to pick up. And, and that's kind of interesting because, you would think that getting away from I guess you could call this like a traditional style of sight of not really, it doesn't have fiber optic. It does have tritium, but during the day you don't notice it at all. Like, they don't really look like they have tritium. It's not until nighttime that you even notice. It's very like low profile tritium glow, and even during the day obviously you wouldn't see a tritium glow, but there's not like big white rings around. It's just the blacked out sights, which is pretty interesting. And so, as well as you can probably imagine, the trigger on these is, I'd say incredible. It is a match grade trigger, and these are safe to dry fire. It does state that in the manual. I do not have a snap cap in here. Again, the weapon is unloaded. I'll try and show you here how short the travel is. I'll depress the rear safety on there first. There we go. So I didn't really know if you saw that. I'll do it again, but there is no travel to this. Very, very little. Very easy. It's about a 3.5 pound trigger, so definitely cater towards precision shooting, small group shooting. Is that good for a defensive handgun? That's kind of your preference. If you want a lighter trigger for accuracy, that's good, but at the same time, in a defensive scenario, combat scenario, police, as well, a light trigger could be an issue for you if it's too light. And on the 3 pound range, you're getting into that, it's very easy to pull a trigger, especially under adrenaline rush, you could have a negligent discharge and shoot somebody you didn't actually want to shoot. So again, that's a decision you have to make. The gun does ship with 2 magazines. Let me put it here on my little pen stand that I improvised. These 2 magazines are from Nighthawk themselves, and they are from ActMag, which is in Italy, which I don't know if this is true or not, but I think I was told these actually have I think it's by Metgar, but I'm not sure. So if that's wrong, then I apologize, but I think they're by Metgar. Either way, I do have other 1911, I have Chip McCormick's and so on and so forth. And I have those mags that I have put in this as well, and the factory ones seem to be a very strong spring, and they seem to work really nice. So I use that, and of course it is the 45 ACP. It seems to be working with all kinds of ammo. I've used hollow points in it, the Hornady hollow points, Hornady critical duty, as well as regular FMJ ball ammo. Of course, that works. Doesn't really have any issues. It was sighted and tested at the factory. I'll try and get this so you can see it. There's your group, and that is a 3-round group it could be a 5. It actually doesn't say how many rounds is it, but it's definitely 3. If that's a 5-round group, that's nice. But I think it's a 3-round group. Either way, that's at 15 yards, and it says on there, you can see who it was done by and what date it was as well. So that's an interesting touch. When you pay this kind of money for a 1911 or any handgun, really, it's nice that it comes with that personal touch of a signature. And also on the inside, I won't be able to show you in the video, but on the inside of these, that gunsmith's name is also stamped inside of this firearm permanently. So that's interesting, because if something goes wrong with this gun to where it was like a manufacturer's defect, it goes back to that gunsmith, and his name's on this firearm. So that's pretty interesting and pretty neat, honestly, because that means it's handmade. And I'll tell you one thing: if you're buying this thinking this is thinking this gun is a how do I explain it? If you're getting this thinking this gun is easy to disassemble and it's a very smooth gun, but let me tell you, it is tight. This gun is hand fitted, and when you are doing the disassembly on this, taking down the disassembly notch here, it's hard, and this thing fights with you, and it is a real pain in the butt. And that's because of its tolerances. It's very tight. It's hand fitted. They start off with an oversized slide, and they just start grinding it down one by one until it fits, and that's how these guns are made. So be prepared for that, but at the same time, that does make it one of the smoothest firearms as far as handguns go, and especially these 1911s. I've never felt a 1911 that's more solid than this. You can hear, by shaking it, you might be able to hear my chain going, but no noise. There's no movement on this firearm whatsoever. It's the epitome of firearms perfection as far as 1911 goes, really. And again, you do have the stippling here, if you could call it. It's not stippling. I guess it's engravings there for your hands, so you don't get all slippery. And also the Nighthawk grips come on this model as well. Now, again, why did I buy the Nighthawk AAC 1911? Well, because in fact, let me get out my little gun holder pen there. I do in fact run it suppressed with my Wah Wah Wee Wah. Here is my Silencer Co. Octane 45 HD. And this is my 45 can that I run on there. Beautiful can, great can. I highly recommend it. I have an Octane 9 as well, but the Osprey here is, it's incredible. I really like the way it sounds is nice, and I mean, I shoot this on my FNX 45 tactical a lot, but I shoot it on here as well, and it's great. I'm sure you all would like to see it. put on the firearm. So again, not that I need to check it, but put safety on. And of course, my girly hands aren't letting me undo the muzzle cap thread, or muzzle thread cap there. And there we are. Maybe we'll get there one day. Okay. There's every little angle you could think of. And there she is. And that is a suppressed 1911. I'm in my office currently, so I'm not going to be shooting it for you. Maybe I'll go ahead and start putting up shooting videos as well. But that is the firearm with the suppressor on there. And again, why did we get raised night sights? Well, because when you're looking, it goes over the suppressor. The suppressor does not block this. Now, also, that is a characteristic of this Osprey 45 as well. This Osprey, as you can see, is not a circular suppressor. It does hang down underneath the barrel. So here's your barrel up here, and it does hang down pretty far. So that gives you a really good clearance. So it really doesn't sit much higher than the actual barrel itself, which is really neat. But these night sights are way over it. You know, I don't really have a good way of showing you, I guess, but I'm not going to point it at myself. But in case you can see it, there we go. Yeah, so that is the Nighthawk Custom AAC with a silencer suppressor. AAC makes great suppressors as well. I don't have one currently, but I'm sure I will sometime soon. I'm gonna go ahead and depress the hammer there and put the muzzle cap back on if it'll cooperate, and it has cooperated. Excellent. Okay, and it's back together, and there you go. There's your on your stand. So again, that is your Nighthawk Custom. It does come with the very nice, move this out of the way, just very nice little carrying case, Nighthawk Custom on there, embroidered. In this carrying case, you do get your bottle of Gibbs lubricant. Don't use it, but I'm sure it's fine. Never really used it before. Also, another recoil spring. You can read your manual about why you have that. That's important. A disassembly tool. Use this, please, so you don't shoot the spring out into your eye when you're disassembling this 1911. Again, this 1911 is very tightly toleranced, and it will bite you during disassembly if you don't do it correctly. So please use this tool. When I was a younger lad, I learned the hard way about 1911s why you don't you don't screw up the disassembly, because I did get hit right here and right above my eye by the recoil spring, and it hurt pretty bad. And also, of course, it does come with a spare magazine as well. This one it comes, you know, I don't know if they all come with two different colored mags. This is the nickel plated as well, and then I have the blacked out magazine on the table. Oh, never mind, it's in the firearm. And it comes with all your Nighthawk Custom paperwork, of course, manual, the Youth Handgun Safety Act, like any of us read that, and our you know, welcome letter and some other stuff they want you to buy and whatever. So that's all it comes with. And again, let's check out the firearm one more time. Here is our Nighthawk Custom AAC. If you're looking for a custom grade 1911 and you have the dough, I would say this is a good choice. Oh yeah, I guess I got to cover that part. Price. You can look these up. The MSRP is about $3,300. I got mine, I think after tax, it was about $3,100. I got a little discount, a cash discount on mine from the store I frequently go to, so they were kind enough to do that for me. And that's the price. So for that, you get everything here, as you've seen, minus the suppressor and ammunition, obviously. But yeah, so if that's something that your pocketbook can afford, then there you go. Anyway, that is the small review on the Nighthawk Custom AAC, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be making some more of these little reviews here, and if you got any questions, give me a like, comment, and all that, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. There she is one more time. Beautiful.